Welcome to our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. This is Gashi Skyman. There is one thing that I think Raila Amolo Odinga should avoid at all cost. Meeting William Samoei Ruto. When you listen to William Samoei Ruto is very keen on meeting Raila Amolo Odinga. He wants to meet Raila Amolo Odinga. And although he is inviting him in an informal way through the social media, and yet Raila Amolo Odinga anasema ya kwamba kama Raila kama William Samoei Ruto angekuwa serious, he could have invited him through the phone call because he has his number, and so akasema ya kwamba this is joking. But he went ahead and said that he can only meet William Samoei Ruto through a mediator. If you ask me, there is nothing to mediate. If you ask me, there is no need for William Samoei Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga to meet, because the issue at hand is not about Raila Amolo Odinga. The issue at hand is about the Kenyans people. The issue at hand is about the cost of living. That is the main issue, followed by the issue of servers, and then the issue of IBC, and now there has emerged something else, the issue of police brutality. Those are the things that do not require any meeting, if you ask me. Because if it has been decided that the servers be opened, na ni vizuri watu wajue kwamba William Samoei Ruto hata yeye mwenyewe anajua vile wananchi wanataka. He knows very well. But the bad thing about Kenya Kwanza has deliberately chosen not to address the real issues. Indeed, I've not had the government addressing the real issues of the cost of living, the cost of servers, and so on and so forth. And again, even the issue of police brutality, they are not addressing it. I've not had the government trying to condemn police brutality. I've not seen the government telling the police to follow the rule and the law and do what they are supposed to do. What we have seen is the government commending the police for the way they carried out their duties. If you ask me, this is wrong in my view, and this is very, very much deliberate. So why do I say that there's no need for any meeting between Raila Amolo Odinga and William Samoei Ruto? And because you see, the perception there is that if Raila were to meet with William Samoei Ruto, it is opined that Raila would go for handshake. Although Raila has said many times he does not want handshake, amesema hivyo si mara moja, si mara mbili. The truth of the matter is that people on the ground would see it very, very differently. People, even in Kenya Kwanza, would see it very, very differently. So for the sake of that, because he does not want any handshake, he does not want any move that would find him joining the government, he should avoid at all costs to meet William Samoei Ruto. Indeed, they should address each other through the media. They can even write letters or even phone calls, but meeting, that one should never happen. The second reason, in my view, if Raila were to meet William Samoei Ruto and they start talking about political issues and such things, vile ambavyo maandamano yataisha, vile ambavyo kwa sababu most likely what is likely to come out is a political settlement, Raila's integrity would be put into question. Najua jambo moja ambalo wananchi wanajua, wananchi wanasema ya kwamba that when you look at William Samoei Ruto's cabinet, the issue of integrity is not highly valued. There is a lot to be desired as far as chapter 6 of integrity and leadership is concerned. So would Raila Amolo Odinga like to taint his image, his bright career, kwamba yeye aseme ya kwamba kwa mfano watu weko katika baraza la mawaziri, baraza ambalo tunaona ya kwamba indeed when you look at William Samoei Ruto's cabinet, is there any cabinet ministers who inspires you or who can inspire the nation? Indeed, tangu wachaguliwe hamna jambo la maana ambalo tunaweza kusema kwamba wamefanya. We have seen them, most of them politicking. This is something that Raila Amolo Odinga should try to avoid as far as I am concerned. Again, Raila Amolo Odinga would come out as somebody who is selfish. And we know that Raila Amolo Odinga carries the hope and aspiration and the future of this nation. Indeed, the hope is heavily carried with on his shoulders, kwamba wakati watu wengi wanamuona Raila Amolo Odinga wanaona kwamba kuna matumaini ya kuwa na mambo mazuri, kuna matumaini, and where there is hope, people continue to enjoy life peacefully. But when people lose this hope, I think it would be the worst thing to happen, because hope should be the last thing to lose. When you look at Raila Amolo Odinga, if he were to join, if we were to go and start discussing with William Samoei Ruto, he would be seen as selfish. That is the truth of the matter, because Kenyans are saying one thing: it is about the cost of living. It is about the cost of electricity. It is about the high cost of school fees. It is about the high cost of fuel. It is about the servers. It is about justice and integrity. It is about mwananchi. That is what is at stake. Hivyo ndivyo watu, na ndio unaona watu wanajitokeza. Again, if he go and discuss, he's likely to be outwitted by William Samoei Ruto. I know one thing about William Samoei Ruto. William Samoei Ruto is no joke when we come to political moves, when we come to maneuvering and trying to manipulate other politicians. Indeed, William Samoei Ruto is feared by most politicians, by the way he is able to maneuver, by the way he is able to carry out the various issues. He is very shrewd, and he's likely to outwit Raila Amolo Odinga if they were to sit down, the two of them, and start negotiating. And Raila Amolo Odinga would come out with, he may come out with nothing. Again, we know William Samoei Ruto very well, that most of the things that he has been saying, he has not fulfilled. Najua Mr. Promise, ndivyo watu wengi wanaanza kumuita Mr. Promise. Kwamba mara nyingi anatoa ahadi ambazo hajatimiza, ambazo na ndizo zinamfanya kwa mfano aendelee kupoteza umaarufu ule wake. So what is this that can make Raila Amolo Odinga that whatever William Samoei Ruto is going to say that he's going to do, he's going to do? And you only need to look at the bipartisan talks. When you look at it, William Samoei Ruto, initially he looked that he's very genuine. But when you look at it, you came to realize that he was buying time. If you ask me, he has been buying time through this. Ndio maandamano yasitokee, ndio Raila Amolo Odinga achoke, Azimio achoke. And that way, Raila Amolo Odinga should be very, very wary of William Samoei Ruto. Again, Kenyans would judge Raila Amolo Odinga harshly. Indeed, Kenyans will not forgive him. For instance, if he were to go for a hardship, if he were to join Raila Amolo's government, William Samoei Ruto's government, Kenyans will never forgive him. In fact, many people would never forgive him. And even me, I would find it very, very difficult to forgive him, because all our hope are in him. Although God is the source of our hope. But kumbuka hapa tuko duniani, hatuko biguni. Kwamba matumaini yetu yote na matumaini yege wa Kenya yako kwake Raila Amolo Odinga. So Kenyans would feel very much cheated, would feel very much betrayed. Again, when you look at what we are having in Azimio, we know there has been watu kutoka Azimio ambao wamekuwa wakitoka wakiingia katika chama cha Kenya Kwanza UDA, na I believe many people would leave Azimio. In fact, it could mark the death of Azimio. I don't know what you think. Kwa sababu if we were to work with William Samoei Ruto, because I believe there's no way that they should work together. They should not work in any way. They should not work together. After all, we have a disputed election. After all, William Samoei Ruto knows very well that if he was to work with Raila Amolo Odinga, there would be no opposition in this country. That's the truth of the matter. And if Raila were to join the government, I would say it would be the saddest day for this country. Again, Raila Amolo Odinga would carry the heavy burden. All the weaknesses, all the failures of Kenya Kwanza will be on his shoulders. That is the truth of the matter. Just as he carried all the failures of Jubilee and be blamed for the Jubilee for Kenya Kwanza failure, like he was blamed because of Jubilee failure, and we know very well he was not in government. And when you look at it, because when you look at Kenya Kwanza doesn't seem to have the ability to achieve many things. Indeed, kama watapata even that % of Uhuru's achievement, watakuwa wamejaribu sana. Because you see, it is 1 year down the line, but there's no much that they can be able to show Kenyans and tell them that this is what we have done. When you compare them with Kibaki, within 1 month, Kibaki and Raila Amolo Odinga had managed to take more than 1 million students to school who are not in school through free primary and day secondary education. So what can you say that Kenya Kwanza has achieved so far? Nothing, if you ask me. Isipokuwa siasa ambazo tumeona kila wakati siasa. Indeed, they have started campaigning for 2027 if you don't know. So what is this that would attract Raila Amolo Odinga to go and negotiate with William Samoei Ruto? So that's what I'm saying. He should not even go there. There should be no discussion. Even that one-on-one issue, discussion that was invited by William Samoei Ruto, indeed, he should refuse completely. Anafaa kukataa kabisa. Again, he would leave his hardship brother, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, badly exposed. One thing I know, and this is truth, is that Raila Amolo Odinga has played a big role to protect Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta from Kenya Kwanza. That is the truth of the matter. Without Raila Amolo Odinga, maybe Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta would have faced music. Do you think, our viewers, that Raila Amolo Odinga has not protected Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta? So you would expose him. Na unajua, afraid indeed is afraid in need. Afraid in need is afraid indeed. That is the truth of the matter. Again, when you look at the issue of Raila Amolo Odinga, Raila Amolo Odinga he has also his principles. Where would he leave them? Atawacha kwenye mataa, atafanya nini? So what is this that Raila Amolo Odinga and William Samoei Ruto want to discuss? There's nothing to discuss if you ask me. There's nothing. Wacha tuendelee, maisha yaendelee. William Samoei Ruto lower the cost of living. William Samoei Ruto withdraw the finance bill. There's no need of meeting. And even Kenya Kwanza themselves, they don't want these two people to meet. And even as me, I believe, majority of people will not want to see Raila Amolo Odinga sitting down with William Samoei Ruto. That is my take, and may you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.